Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Trader with me, Bring It On. Let's head to the Galactic North so we can explore that dungeon we left behind. And two things I wanted to touch on. First, I still haven't read the patch notes for the major patch just came out. And two, I'd actually looked up the Fire Planet quest because I didn't remember doing it in my first playthrough. So the quest where we had to go around to all the fire planets and then report it to the Fellowship of the Void, I think. So the reason I didn't remember it is because it was bugged out when I first played through the game and wasn't able to be completed. The duty officer reported an incident in the shuttle repair bay. A security team was dispatched in response to a distress signal, but when they arrived, they discovered that the shuttle repair crew had doubled in number. Somehow, every crew member now had an identical twin, but each assured the enforcers that they were the real one. The enforcers immediately opened fire, killing everyone in the bay. The duty officer awarded the squad a commendation for their vigilance and efficiency. The ship left hostile Materium and returned to real space. And honestly, when dealing with the warp, it's possible that both copies were doppelgangers, and the real ones had been dispatched elsewhere. So that is your safest bet when dealing with the warp.
You interrupted my thoughts. I will not.
No mercy to those who oppose von Valancius!
I shall not fail. Ha! As the tenets demand.
Archers are made of plasteel.
This tedium is beneath. An offering of blood. If I must.
Indeed. At your beck and call.
Well, that's pretty good. Those guys aren't as annoying as the pink horrors, because pink horrors become blue horrors.
I feel nothing. Fear nothing.
But they're so good to get rid of.
A temporary setback.
That's nothing worse. It won't take long.
For the throne's glory.
Get me a target.
I won't object. Let's see to it.
It's as good as the... I'll see to it personally.
Alright, hold the line, buddy. Let somebody go after my main character. There we go.
I will not die in dishonor.
I should use these. Oh well.
Focus, Van Kellogg's. Focus.
If it serves your cause. I understand your intent. Another soul slips beyond the veil.
Victory is imminent.
Alright. Sorry, Cabell, if this hits you.
I deal death with my hands.
I was willing to sacrifice Cabela for a pretty sweet move.
Understood. The sentence has been passed. No heretic escapes punishment. Target eliminated.
Yeah, I'm hitting allies, but I can't pass it up. That'll be okay. They come back after the fight.
Now I'll revert to more conservative tactics.
Oh, you see my main character over there. He could tank all those guys, no problem.
I won't object to it. Alas, no. Scorn the pain.
Yeah, I can ignore you. Not a problem.
On it. The best defense is a good offense. Who, if not me?
Alright, let's get swinging. We'll start with this guy. Get rid of that guy.
It's as good as... Another enemy down. My gut tells me it's a bad idea. I'll make it happen. Failure is just a temporary setback.
That's pretty good. Gotta hand it to myself.
If it serves your cause. If I... That is beneath me. If it serves your cause, I hear you moving no more. Pay with your blood in the name of Shake. Another soul slips beyond the veil.
Oh, does this stack? Stacks, does it?
At your beck and call.
No, and it's a permanent effect, so why does it matter if you can recast it?
Mark the target. One of us would be enough.
You were blinded by your own misery.
The order is clear.
It may have been a little rash.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
I deal death with my hands.
But we won the fight. Just a little bit faster because of it. And we leveled up. How cool is that? I did find out that one of the changes made in the patch notes was experience rebalancing, so I'm guessing we level up slower with the new patch, which is a little late for us at this point. I think it was this one. Yeah, the Wasteland Wayfarer. I think we can try the, let's see. The Golden Force of Amberworld look enchanting, even from orbit. Demand tribute from Amberworld. Leave the world alone. Alright. Alright, Exemplar. That this archetype rank characters gain a unique talent for that archetype. I don't give extra turns though. Peak condition, I think that one's good. Yeah, the character gains a bonus to their strength equal to 20% of their maximum wounds. That's pretty good. I get that on most my Oh, that's pretty good too. Oh, there's a lot of good options. Exemplar. Opens up a lot of options. Yeah, Peak Edition I do like, though. This is extra damage, especially since when I'm sitting there tanking. I can deal more damage, possibly kill enemies when they try to attack me. Binding Purpose. As long as the Arbitrator has more than 90% wounds, they're immune to the following negative effects. Blinded, disturbed, fatigued, perplexed, slowed, and staggered. Why not? That also seems pretty good. That might be better. We'll get the immunities. It'll be fine. Oh, this seems pretty good. His current sword, when it crits, applies bleed. That's... yeah. That's based off dodge. He doesn't really have a... Oh, that'd be good for my main character as well. That seems pretty good, actually. It'd be good on Cabela as well. Also seems pretty good for my main character. There's so many good things. I don't know how many. I have to count these up. It's also pretty good for my main character. Steel Shell's also good. So many good things for my main character. I should have looked through more of this before I... You know, it's fine. Desolation's pretty good. It's circumstantial. Disarm's not bad. Also not a bad idea, because he has to maintain temporary wounds for that bonus damage from... I forget the name of it. But he has to sacrifice health. It gives him temporary wounds, but you have to maintain them. Actually seems pretty good. Let's do Opening Strike. Charge and push increase the damage of ranged attacks made against affected enemies by 11% until the end of combat. Am I reading that right? No, that's not what I wanted. Here we go. Open engagement. There are no enemies adjacent to the warrior at the start of the turn. The warrior's damage decreased by 14 for one melee attack. Free extra damage. Can't beat it. Then she's gonna get the same thing where she gets the flesh wounds. This seems pretty good because, so, desperate measures, we've seen it a lot more in this playthrough than I did in my first one. There's always a penalty when using desperate measures. This kind of negates that by providing 10 weapon skill and 3 resolve. Actually, I wonder if Blessed Scar stacks with what we just took. Flesh wounds. Sorry, the character's turn. Sorry, did I read that? Flesh wounds. Sorry, I scrolled through all of them. I'm not going to read all of the skills like I have in the past, but... flesh wounds. At the start of the character's turn, they restore 10% of their maximum wounds. If the character has less than 20% of wounds left, they restore 20% of their maximum wounds instead. Then Blessed Scars. Whenever the Blade Dancer is healed for the first time in a round, they're healed for an additional toughness bonus wounds and gain 10 toughness until the end of combat, and it stacks. Seems pretty good to me. Good on Abelard too. This seems really good. Because he has a shotgun blast, it's AoE, he can hit multiple enemies. I think this is an obvious choice. I'm sure there's other things that are good for him too, but this seems like the best. All damage dealt by the character is increased by 3% until the end of combat for every new enemy damaged by them this combat. We'll do bonding purpose for him as well. Alright, he should do a lot of critical hits, so I'm thinking vital points, but we could also just go ahead and do heat condition. Then Sanctified Slayer, the Psycho's critical hit chance is increased by 4%. I mean, 4% is 4%. Hardly ever use Endure on him. I should, but he doesn't have enough AP. There's that Exemplar talent that gives you 2 more AP on your first turn. Alright, so Deadly Aim. If the character's dodge reduction is higher than the enemy's dodge before applying the heavy 0.75 or medium 0.5 armor penalty modifier, the character's damage against that enemy is increased by 1% for every 5% difference between the character's dodge reduction and the enemy's dodge. I don't know how much I prioritize for dodge reduction. Death Dealer might be okay too. Though I have a hard time actually one-shotting enemies with her, unless it's actual trash mobs. This might be good. Without over-penetration. It's a masterful display. When the character's single shots deal damage to targets other than their main target, they gain +5 ballistic skill to the end of combat. It's a little circumstantial, but I think it's fine. Path of the Outcast. Whenever it kills a target with a single shot attack from Eldari weapon for the first time in a round, she immediately gains an additional attack. So I think that's new, because we already grabbed all the Eldari talents. Another thing I did learn from the patch, without reading the patch notes, I learned that there were more bonuses for special or unique weapons and Eldari and Drukhari weapons. Again, I need to read the patch notes and actually figure out what else changed. I might grab the same thing for her. That'd be worth it, actually. Masterful Precision. Deadeye Shot deals an additional 12% damage. The following ranged attack abilities gain Deadeye Shot benefits times 1.5 range and additional damage from the talent itself. Oh, okay. Let's just do pinpoint accuracy on her. Never grab Psycho Minoris. Sure. And then she also wants Cataclysm. Alacrity, I'm assuming, stacks with Burst Fire. So each shot fired by the soldier grants them +1 agility to the end of their next turn. Not sure if that's what we need. Fired up might also be good. Whenever the soldier deals damage, their critical damage is increased by 1% until the end of combat. Cassia. You had a thing with, oh, what was it called? They fail the willpower test, they take damage. There it is, Malign Influence. Whenever an enemy fails a willpower resistance test against a character, they suffer 11 direct damage. On success, the damage is doubled. Man, we got all of our, whatever they're called. Navigator talents. Still resolve. The officer's resolve is increased by +3. Sure. I will turn it down. Here we go. Crushing Assault. The character's first melee attack each round deals additional +2 damage for every cell between the character's current position and the spot where they started their turn. The distance is measured in a direct line, ignoring all terrain, with every second diagonal cell counting as 2. Doesn't get a lot of attacks, but he has like one large upfront attack. I think that's good to take. Just it boosts that Alpha Strike just a little more. I could be wrong. I don't know. His build is not... I haven't used it in a while, but I wasn't impressed with it last time I used it. Weak body, weak soul seems pretty good. So exposed weakness also reduces enemies' toughness and willpower by -18 for 1 round. The toughness seems pretty good. That reduces their wounds. And Jai Haidari. Maybe Steel Shell. The character's deflection is doubled against single target attacks. She is supposed to be a tank. Whatever good that's done us. Watch Yourself. Targets of move, which she has to take because she starts with it. Gain a +10% bonus to dodge and a +10% bonus to cover efficiency until the start of the officer's next turn. Sure. May as well... Oops, didn't mean to do that. May as well make a skill that she has to start with a little better. Where am I at? Alright. To Jezephin. Or Jezevin. Yeah, I get really excited when I see all like the tank talents or feats and... I don't know. I just like tanky characters. They have a lot of options for tanks, just... Always been a fan. Always been a frontline character player.
Let us not dawdle.
I prefer to play tanks. That's why I was drawn to paladins initially. I like the idea of a frontliner that has a bunch of passive auras that boost their allies. Lead from the front. The airlock is sealed. This isn't right. You simply remember never activating the seal on your way through. I know I'm about to state the obvious, but I'll state it anyway. Something off about this. Something very off. Open the airlock. The control panel refuses to heed any of your commands. The mischievous machine spirits are much too lively and unruly. Try to force the airlock open. The plasteel, durable enough to withstand the pressure of the interplanetary void, absorbs your hits with supreme indifference. It'll take more than that to break through. Contact the ship. This is the rogue trader speaking. We're having difficulties here. The white noise of static is all you hear in response. Either the Voxmaster cannot reply, or she is brazenly ignoring you, or comms are being jammed. None of these possibilities bode well. Leave. You hear a strange sound that reminds you of dripping water, or the clattering of something sharp against metal. That's good.
I always keep my options open.
How old were you when you first took a life? You are scarcely more than a girl. Dreadful.
There is no sorrow in stepping onto the thread of his service early. Rather, one should lament doing so too late. Do not feel sorry for me.
How to tell you're in a cult. Ventilation system still works. There's strange gouges on the metal. They look like the claw marks of some beast that was trying to crawl into the shaft.
Easy.
Is there money to be made?
Unknown Captain's Diary. Thick diary filled with entries written in neat, precise handwriting. Its author is documenting the events of his life with thoroughness bordering on obsession. After browsing through its pages, the following entries catch your attention. Exodus, Watch 1. Never thought this day would come. I'm addressed as Master Captain once more. How many times did I swear never to venture to the void again during those 2 Terran years I spent among the mangled ruins of the Inherited Reckoning's bridge? Unfortunately, life in a gravity well didn't bring me peace. Reverend Hieronymus promised me that performing a selfless feat of devotion would bring me serenity. Maybe he's right. I'm still writing in this journal during the long nights to keep my sanity. Just like I did for 2 years there and 7 Terran years after that here. We'll see if I'll be able to live without the somewhere that is our Wasteland Wayfarer's destination. Exodus, Watch 237. The crew has reported hearing strange noises from the ventilation shafts for a 3rd time. Alas, I'm charged with pilgrims, not seasoned voidsmen. The venture scares them, and they've already managed to make up their share of absurd ghost stories. Ask Reverend Gravik to calm them down. He's the official head of the pilgrimage, so they ought to listen to him. Exodus, Watch 240. The vent inspection is finished. Just as expected, there's nothing to worry about. Just some torn tubing striking the hole. Exodus, Watch 393. Reverend Hieronymus was wrong. Faith does not bring me peace. I prefer not to take any sides in the theological dispute that has broken out aboard our vessel, ignoring the debates altogether. I'll let Reverend Gravik handle it. I'm slightly concerned about this schism, but as long as both groups are peaceful and agree to follow my orders, they can bicker and shout all they want. Exodus, Watch 810. The great day has arrived. Wasteland Wayfarer has successfully landed on the planet's surface. I wonder if it'll ever leave it. A settlement is already being built down the hill. Its official colonial designation is AII-649-Minoris. But Reverend Gravik says he's going to name it Jesophin. When we first stepped onto the surface, Reverend Gravik's congregation and the Nourishers used different airlocks to leave the vessel. Seems like they ceased any and all communication. Exodus, Watch 1212. Today the last pilgrims left the Wayfarer for Jesophin. I'm alone once again. They invited me to go with them, but I made up an excuse about needing to keep watch at the reactor, since my ship is still used for powering the settlement. Truth be told, I just didn't want to go with them. They say less than 1,000 pilgrims are still loyal to Gravik. The services at the main temple are performed by the Nourishers, and the St. Drusus statue is cut only up to its knees. I can't understand their beliefs, but I don't think they'll help me more than Reverend Hieronymus' faith. Exodus Watch 1287. I was awoken in the night by a dozen pilgrims from Jesophin. They were armed and scared and said the Nourishers had arrested Reverend Gravik. They were bewildered and didn't know what to do, waiting me to act. So act I did. Since Reverend Gravik is the official head of the pilgrimage, I deemed this an incident of civil unrest. I cut power to Jesophin and demanded Reverend Gravik's release via Voxcom. We are holding the line. Exodus Watch 1290. The Nourishers have come to us. Gravik was with them. He was calm and said that the conflict had been resolved. He took the confused pilgrims and their guns with him, and I restored power to the settlement. I have no idea what's going on. Peace. The watch is of no consequence. Today I received the brotherly kiss, and now I believe. I can clearly see the spiral path among the stars set for us by the Emperor, progenitor. Now I can hear my brothers and sisters. I am finally alone no more. That's
Rise to the top or get left in the
genestealery.
dust.
That's why you don't wear denim to space. They'll steal your jeans.
An expected result.
The metal box is brutally forced open. Why would the ship's owners break into it if they could simply turn the key? Question.
Keep your wits about you.
Hunched over the Voxcaster, the hooded man mutters monotonously but emphatically into the machine as he rocks slightly to and fro. In the light of distant stars, our Emperor Progenitor wanders warily. With thoughts and visions of us, he sends us particles of his light. Though his body suffers, his mind lingers on us. Let us therefore nourish him with the light of our souls, with our prayers, with our faith. With your hands up, take off your hood, and don't make any sudden movements, or else you'll be dead before we're properly acquainted. The man falls silent. A satisfied chuckle without a hint of fear comes from under his hood. As long as our father progenitor thinks of me, I am eternal. With a pale hand, he throws back his hood. You see an ugly face with a flat, wide nose, disproportionately large brow ridges, irisless eyes with enormous pupils, a wide toad-like mouth, and skin that transitions to purple scales at the cheekbones. Standing before you is an abominable subhuman, a mutant. Welcome to the abode of the Nourishers. Very sorrowful phalanges point the way to the Emperor Progenitor. I'm glad you have chosen ours. His features are strikingly similar to those of the mutant scum you destroyed in the dynastic crypt. I am glad it references that. I was going to point it out if it didn't. Heinrichs recoils, the grimace as it touches his temple, as if pained by a headache. This is bad. This is very, very bad. Ready your weapon, Donnie Dawson. Look closer at the misshapen man. This being's nature has strayed too far from mankind's blessed genome. It sees no humanity in deviations like these, so it commands that such creatures be exterminated without mercy. Abominations that looked exactly like you tried to take over my ship. I killed them all. The man does not look surprised. If I had not known them before, the Emperor Progenitor brought me the echo of their deaths, and an image, your image. But their deaths matter not. They have answered the call. I am elated. Who are you? The man smiles the broadest smile his abominable mouth can produce. I am Lictodi, Clamavis of the Nourishers of the Afflicted. I am he who speaks to our progenitor. The ship belongs to me. What was that you're muttering? A prayer? I was praising the Emperor Progenitor so that my brothers and sisters might repeat the sacred words with me. Under stars unknown, he keeps his vigil and sends us his light. He is exhausted and maimed, but in his graciousness, he does not allow himself to forget us, and we are grateful. We know that our prayers will quell his agonizing hunger, therefore we speak to him. We beckon him so that one day, he and his faithful may come to take us under his care. The man rocks gently in place as he makes his speech. You mean our God, the master of terror who sits atop the golden throne, or the blasphemous petty deity of whatever cult you're in? I know no God but the Emperor Progenitor. Others are either figments or ephemeral fleshless spirits. Is there anybody else here? Your brothers and sisters? The man responds with joyful laughter. They are here. They are hiding, waiting. Once we were many, but now we are but few. Our blood degenerated, our flesh grew weak. We're on the verge of death, but you have come, and that is good. You and your people infuse our blood with the new power. Your ship will take the Nourishers to new worlds. We will rise again. It was you or your accomplices who sealed the airlock, was it not? My brethren have sealed the entrance, but you will be able to leave, later, with us. We're all going to leave this place. I understand this to be a trap. Am I correct? Indeed, Afflicted One. You have nowhere to run. The mutant shrieks, grinning. May the grace of our progenitor be upon you. His words are piercing, becoming a shrill echo of 100 voices, minds. Growing ever louder, it torments your mind, and before you know it, you reach for your weapon.
The unworthy will be destroyed!
You hear a clanging echo growing louder in the empty modules, like hundreds of clawed limbs striking bulkheads and grabbing onto bars. Whoever's advancing upon you, there are a lot of them. You gotta run for your life before they trap you in this crammed Vox cabin. I make a dash for the Voxcaster and try to contact the ship. The Vox spits out a torrent of static, through which you nonetheless manage to catch fragments of words spoken by a voice not unlike that of your Vox master. Von Valance, command, or lock. The signal was lost before you managed to say anything. Heinrich's evidently at the end of his patience, growls through gritted teeth. We must get out of this trap. Plan your retreat. If you had a few hours to explore the ship, you surely would have found any number of discrete shafts and unlocked modules you could use to leave the ship. As it is, you're only aware of a single possible escape route, through the airlock, back the way you came. Any other path may lead to a dead end. There's an old military adage that says, when you're already in a deep trouble, don't poke around anywhere unless you know what you'll find in there, or find there. I propose we get out the same way we came in. Hold still and listen. The clanging is getting closer. It's coming from the ventilation shafts and dried up fuel ducts. The deck under your feet vibrates. They're closing in. The psychic din grows more and more distinct as the abominations rush toward you. Rogue Trader, I'm not sure if you have time for such things right now, but as a representative of the Inquisition, I can tell you that a retreat will not be judged as indicating a lack of faith in these circumstances. Look for cover. Wilmuk tells you that there is nowhere to hide in this place. Well, at least you haven't wasted too much time. These beings are who I think. They will find us. They will not lose our scent. Run, Ellentalk. We've got to go. Your gaze falls on a rune-covered control panel near the Vox receiver. A green lumen burns beneath the engage airlock seal switch. The switch socket is corroded and does not immediately yield to your touch, but the lumen changes color to blood red, and the whirring of deactivated airlocks rises up from the depths of the ship. Gosh. A little buggy, wasn't it?
Understood. No heretic escapes punishment. The order is clear.
I don't know why Glado's doing that. He's a little glitched out.
I understand your intent. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. If I must. No weakness is hidden from my sight.
A dance of blades and shadows.
Taking calculated risk is in my second nature. I'll learn from this mistake.
I don't be like that, buddy.
I'll see to it personally.
But of course, Lord Captain. Naturally.
A tactically sound approach. Indeed. At your beck and call. I've suffered worse.
We've got a job to do, Glato.
I don't know if Glado can make it back over here. Go the wrong way, Glado. Alright, Glado's not coming back. He's trying.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
I'm pretty sure the first time through I played through this, like, you had to rush to escape, right?
I bring mercy and retribution.
I'll make it happen. I won't compromise my principles. It's as good as done.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
You need to stop running away, buddy. Mostly because they can't keep chasing. I'll let him just come back to me. I don't want to run after him. It's not that they're a threat, it's just that they keep running away. So take your time, Glado, please. I always keep pushing towards the airlock anyway.
If it serves your cause. I understand your intent.
I'm not gonna face towards that guy. I'm gonna push this way.
Who, if not me?
That crunch that weapon makes is really satisfying.
For the throne's glory.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Victory is imminent.
You should have thought twice before crossing me. The best defense is a good offense. Failure is just a temporary setback.
That's way out anyway. Time to chase these guys around the ship. This might be all there is, so I could probably just finish them off.
I won't object to it. But of course, Lord Captain. Not sanctioned to do this.
Alright, one less.
Naturally.
High momentum.
I'd rather not.
Oh, alright, so make us run away automatically. Well, that's the only genestealer part I remember from the initial release of the game. Maybe there's more added with the DLC. Well, obviously besides what was on the ship. But okay, cool. We're all caught up with the northern planets, or northern systems. We can head down this way, start exploring these. We have a way to jump through here to Tenebris Aquae. Arquai. Either way. That's what we'll do next time. We'll start making our way towards Krenak. We'll obviously go down this way, jump to Frozen Prince, and go this way, back around. And that should be all the systems explored. Cool. That's the plan for next time, but for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.